YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, bringing you some more Total War Rome 2 online action. And this is going to be another battle in patch 9, of course. And it happens to be against the exact same guy that you just saw in the last video, who ran away into the corner at the last second to force a draw. So needless to say, I was pretty thrilled about getting the opportunity to face him again and try and get some revenge. The army he brings, though, is extraordinarily strange. You can see that he's got 5 Hastati and 3 Sakiai Hastati, or whatever they are, and a couple of Roman Scorpions, which those actually kind of halfway make sense. But all the Hastati, no idea what's up with that. I mean, it is cheap infantry, and the Hastati wouldn't have any trouble cutting down my late Libyan hoplites, but his Hastati are going to have an extraordinarily difficult time dealing with my African war elephants. And I've also brought more noble cav this time, so I have 2 noble cav, 2 Carthaginian, or 3 Carthaginian cav, or no, 2 Carthaginian cav and 2 mercenary Iberian cav, so I've become much more cav heavy. And basically my idea was I didn't bring any Libyan infantry, thinking that my cav could do the killing, and my Libyan infantry can do, or my Libyan hoplites can do the holding. I didn't bring any Libyan sword infantry. So my idea was I was going to do the killing with my cavalry, and I have javelins to stop elephants in case he brought them, and mercenary Balearic slingers to win a skirmish fight. His Scorpions are firing at me, but they're firing at my infantry, and it's not very cost effective to fire at 300 talent infantry. Now, out of hiding pops a Numidian cav, Sakiai Equites, right here, which, yeah, Sakiai Equites and a legionary cav. The Sakiai Equites is a decent melee cav unit, and he catches me unprepared here, so he's going to get the better of me there. But here my noble cav are going to catch his Numidians. These guys can't do anything to me, and they're going to get hit by my slingers. And then this Carthaginian cav is going to come in here to help support against this Sakiai Equite. And then on this flank, I discovered his units in hiding, and my elephants start to get peppered with javelins, which is bad. Fortunately for me, though, it's just a Numidian cav and not as many javelins as might come from a standard unit. I was just over here doing some scouting with this Carthaginian cav. So you saw my opponent's army coming into the battle. It's, again, a very strange one. Hastati, I mean, that's just the strangest thing. And then Sakiai Extraordinarii. Sorry, not Sakiai Hastati, Sakiai Extraordinarii. Guys really aren't that good. They're not very extraordinary. So, I'm not sure what my opponent was hoping to do with the cheap infantry other than be able to afford more cav, but his cav is just getting absolutely decimated by my own. So even though he holds a good position on the hill, he's not going to have the tools to stop me from assaulting that hill because he's prematurely engaged his cavalry, and he's allowed me to catch some of his skirmisher cav as well. And look at me pincering these Numidian cav. So came down the hill and managed to destroy his Numidian cav. He's going to charge in a Sakiai Equite, which again is a decent unit. It's got a downhill charge, but I can just pull away from it back towards the support of my African war elephants because he's also committing infantry. So that's what I'm going to do, is lead his guys back down to my waiting elephants, who are happy to greet him with tusk and trampling. So you can see me chasing these Sakiai Equites with my elephants. Going to get into them, and then I've got my noble cav that had been off on the flank being chased by an infantry unit. I'm now bringing it back. He's trying to chase it again with another Sakiai Extraordinarii. And here comes my noble cav. And I do use a trample charge this time, but some of these routing Sakiai Equites got in the way of my charge and slowed it down. Otherwise it would have been a pretty good one because I got right into the flank of these Hastati. But it didn't turn out being that good. Then he countercharges with a legionary cav, but my noble cav should be able to hold its own against the legionary cav if it weren't for this support. But again, I've got elephants over here, and his guys are going to be facing a lot of morale penalties. So basically, my opponent has allowed himself to engage piecemeal, and I've just started to pick him apart. He's lost a lot of infantry units, he's lost a lot of cav units, he's losing his ability to be able to stop me from just assaulting the hill. And I could be assaulting with my infantry at this point, but again, just trying to shore up the flanks. And any units that my opponent wants to throw in here, I'm happy to kill them piecemeal, especially in this kind of situation. Because these Hastati, or Sakiai Extraordinarii, are just not going to do well against cav, and especially not well when they're not braced against elephants. So my elephant's just going to absolutely plow these guys as well. Finally is killing some of my elephants, though. Yeah, this Extraordinarii getting destroyed there, and then I'm going to charge this unit back in again. So these Extraordinarii were chasing me, so I decided that maybe I should come pay him a visit. Fortunately for them, though, my guys are exhausted, so it'll be a slightly less painful charge. And so anyway, I've got my opponent really badly beaten up at this point. I've got 6 infantry bearing down on his position on the hill. He's got a few skirmishers left, you know, this Numidian cav that came back from routing, but I've got 2 units of elephants, several units of cav still, including some mercenary Iberian cav here too. That's a cool unit. Not really good for much except for hunting down skirmishers and hitting infantry in the back though, so know their use. This elephant unit right here is completely untouched. My opponent really has no way to stop me. I've got slingers, I've got javelins. His Hastati are in big trouble here. But he goes ahead and pulls him down, and what I do is I start maneuvering my men. I'm gonna try and draw his Hastati in, but at this point my opponent does the honorable thing and quits, which again gives him a draw, which is frustrating because this is where it's supposed to be ranked. So as much as I love the fact that CA fixed these, or they fixed so much of the game mechanics, I mean, of course my opponent chose a bad army here too, so it's not really my fault that he didn't do well. His army wasn't well chosen. And again, not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to be informative here. Rome is very good right now if you know who to choose. In fact, they're probably the best faction on the game. You just need to know how to choose the units with them. So for him to lose, it was really his own fault in this case for just not knowing what to pick. And again, this is an informative deal. I'm not on here to like try and show me beating people and act like I'm great. You all see me lose, and obviously I'm not the best, and I don't care. I don't do this because I'm the best. I do it because I like giving you some entertainment value, and I like playing these battles and learning from it. So in this one, I think the pretty clear lesson is don't use Hastati or Sakyai Extraordinary. Both are pretty worthless. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.